You can do your pizza. You got your pizza oven in your house.
I got my pizza oven. I got my pool. I have the pizza oven in the backyard with a full grill. All that sort of stuff because I like to cook. I like to entertain.
Yeah.
If I have that type of money for a house like this, it's going to be filled with people and love. You know?
Yes, dude.
For sure. Maybe I have a tree house in the back, so when I have to get away from everybody, I can just go escape.
Yes. That's always important. You've got to be able to have your introvert and extrovert.
We need our solitude.
Yes.
People don't understand that about me. They're like, oh, Steve's so positive. He's so happy. He's always upbeat. And I'm like, yeah, because you don't see me. When the 4 hours a day, I just stare at my ceiling and recharge, and I'm not reading, I'm not listening to music, I'm just being. I'm just clearing out my head.
There's nothing wrong with like being alone and hanging out with yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you do. If it's
that's
contemplation,
part of the
if
beach
it's meditation.
combo, dude.
Yeah.
Because what's better than going for a walk along the beach? Like that.
I love it. Going hiking, I go for bike rides.
For your brain.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's great.
It's the sleep button on your computer too. You're just like, just go to sleep for a second here. Like it's okay.
It's great. And it's necessary, and I need more of that.
You were talking about balance at the beginning of the episode, and it's like, dude, so much of like our work success culture.
Yeah.
It misses that thing where it's
100%.
like, and I've had people drill it into me, thank God, enough to where I started to understand it. My wife being one of them, where it's like, oh, it's okay to like just go to a boring family event, you know, and just like hang out and not be like, I should be at home, I should be working, I'm in the middle of this thing. It's like, it's okay to take a deep breath and just be like, so what are you up to? And actually listen and actually chill out, or actually be by yourself on a bike ride with no gains for your career.
That's really what life is.
Oh, yeah.
It's those moments. All the stuff we neglect is actually the important stuff.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Oh, dude, but yet it's still so important to have your dreams, have your goals, achieve, push yourself.
Sure, you need
but
purpose.
Like you said, balance. You got to do that, but then know like it's time to take a break from that and just breathe for a bit. Just take a whiff of existence. I don't know. That's great.
Yep.
So great. Is there anything else in your house that we should look at? Is there a garage or any other kind of room or living room or? No pressure, dog. I'm just saying. I'm down to go anywhere before.
Could I have a chimp for a butler?
Yes. Thank you for asking me. Your wish is granted.
Okay, I want a butler chimp where we can communicate telepathically.
Yes.
And he's got my back. You know, kind of like Clint Eastwood in Any Which Way But Loose, where he had the orangutan.
Yeah.
Right turn, Clyde.
Yeah.
But I think chimps are a little bit cuter because when
they are.
I love orangutans, but
they'll all
a
rip your
chimp
nuts
smoking
off.
just when you go, I need somebody to smoke a cigar with.
Yeah.
An orangutan smoking a cigar kind of looks a little creepy, but a chimp is adorable.
I'm just glad you know where to draw the line on primates.
Yeah. So I want a buddy that I could smoke cigars with up in my treehouse that's not necessarily going to talk back, but will understand when I need him to rip off somebody's testicles.
Yeah, that's
like
he's got your back.
Somebody's like, hey, man, I tried to show you as much love as possible, but now you're being a little disrespectful to everybody here. Larry Sick Balls. And the chimp's name is Larry.
I was just going to say your chimp's name is Larry.
Yeah. I think Larry's my favorite name of all time.
Oh, my Uncle Larry's going to love that.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Oh, that's
because
great.
Larry Dallas, Larry from the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
And no offense to your Uncle Larry, but me personally, in my life experience, I never met a Larry that really had their shit together. So Larrys are my favorite.
Oh, dude. You're killing me, Larry.
There you go, right there. Okay, so Larry the chimp is hanging out, smoking cigars. We got pizza, gelato whenever we want it, a water slide from any room in the house into the pool, beach view, food truck, family, friends, a treehouse for my fortress of solitude. And, you know, but if I have that kind of cash, I'm sure I'd be married. So she can have the rest of the house. As long as I have pizza, ice cream, and a treehouse and a chimp sidekick, that's not going to rip off my testicles, but somebody else. Because you know that happened, right? There was that chimp that they brought the birthday cake to, and he ripped off the guy's balls.
Chimps have ripped off faces. But
not mine. I have an attack chimp that's my friend.
He's your homie. Listen, if you can't trust Larry, what kind of chimp can you trust? No, they've had. I think it wasn't Jane Goodall. It was Jane Goodall is one of the people that's been around.
I'm fascinating.
So, but I know that they have tribal warfare.
Yeah,
and it's kind of fascinating because there's so much of like a feel good attitude, like Mother Nature, she's so kind.
Vicious.
She's really vicious at times, and
now I know why tigers eat their young.
But dude,
and it's a fantasy house. I want some of my favorite people of all time to be able to come hang out.
Go. I want to hear this list.
You know what I mean?
So do our
definitely
listeners.
my relatives.
Okay.
Like if Sunday dinners could have my mom there to cook and Graham to say inappropriate things. Like I had an Italian grandmother that was an amazing cook and was very sweet. And then my Irish grandmother was also very sweet, but she had this God-given ability to say things almost in a double entendre without her. She never knew what she was saying. But to 9 and 10-year-old boys, it was the funniest stuff ever. Like I remember once at a normal Tuesday night family dinner, we're all eating like savages. My dad's there, my mom's there. I was very blessed to have that type of family. My grandmother moved in with us, and I remember once we're all eating, stuffing our faces. It's like right after my grandmother moved in, and she was disgusted with everybody. Like we're all having laughs, and she goes, "I just think it's terrible the way you boys can go." We're like, "What?" She goes, I saw your mother trimming her bush today. And we're like, what?
Your grandma said that?
Yeah. And we're dying laughing. She was like, it's not funny. She was out there clipping away by herself. She was outside by the back door. Nobody could get in the back door without scratching their eye. You think your father would trim your mother's bush for her.
She's fully serious. She's dead.
Fully
she's not, she doesn't even realize.
Crying. And then she would just, my dad would be like, Mom. And then she'd look at us laughing. She'd like, did I say something not right? It was the greatest. So many laughs.
Oh, that's so
Dude,
great.
Friday happy hours could be hosted by Larry the Chimp and Chris Farley. How great would that be?
That'd be magnificent.
And I also have this concept because where we're recording this made me think of like, I totally believe in God and heaven. And I think one of the things you get to do in heaven is they have something called heaven movies.
Heaven movies.
Yeah, heaven movies are your favorite movies cast the exact way they should have been cast.
Oh.
So, like, my heaven movie would be old school, and I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I love him.
I'm very interested to see where this goes, Steve.
But
You're going to pull Will?
I think just about anything Will did would have been better by Farley. Like, I just imagine Frank the Tank.
As Farley.
Chris Farley as Frank the Tank. And he's got, like, almost, like, nerdy hair. And then he's like, well, you know, we go to Bed Bath & Beyond tomorrow. Like, just seeing Farley do that would be so much even funnier. And then when he explodes in the Frank the Tank as Farley, that would be amazing.
Oh, my God. Well,
so you get to see those, too.
I would say if you could have a version with Will Ferrell still in it. And then also have Farley.
My happy medium for that is a version of Step Brothers. Because I think that was the last iconic.
God, I love Step Brothers.
Yeah, I think
so great.
I saw it twice in the theater, and I was laughing so hard. I remember the guy on a date in front of me leans over to his girlfriend. And he goes, "It's not that funny, is it?" Like he felt bad. He wasn't enjoying it as much as me.
And you're gonna have Larry rip his nuts off to punish him.
I'd give him a chance to laugh. I'd be like, "Laugh harder, respect." But I go, okay. The only thing that could have made Step Brothers better is if Chris Farley played their neighbor who was in a younger state of Arrested Development and he wasn't allowed to leave his driveway.
Yes.
So remember there would be a little kid in your neighborhood that couldn't leave his driveway? And I just imagine Farley on his bike.
Yeah.
Riding his bike up and down the driveway with his, but not pedaling because he can't build up that much speed in the driveway. So he's just walking his bike up and down the driveway talking to John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. I think that would be the best.
Chris Farley would have saved many, many, many movies.
Chris Farley in anything makes it better.
There's a
especially my Friday night pizza parties.
Oh, yeah.